Hey, I'm wearing my jammas. This is this fabric I made pants out of. I don't know if you can see them. See them? Aren't I cute? Hi. You sleeping there with your little mousey? This is what you want, Mom. I'm making pizza now. I have the convection oven heating up, 425 degrees. 1 cup warm water, 1 1/4 teaspoon yeast, 2 teaspoons sugar, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 3 cups flour, and 2 tablespoons of olive. I put them in the electric mixer and had them going for about 8 minutes. It helps get it kind of elastic. Now it's been overnight in the refrigerator. It's better that if you can wait till the next day, you know, keep it refrigerated. Yeah, keep it refrigerated. This has been refrigerated, so it's still a little stiff. As it warms up, it'll become a little more pliable. And the reason that we had it in the refrigerator for overnight is it allows the gluten to develop, and you can stretch it without it tearing. And if it's not developing, it's nice and smooth. If it weren't developed, it would be like striated layers, and that wouldn't be very good. It wouldn't taste very good either. The texture. Now what I can do is I can roll it out a little bit to get it closer to the size I want it. Also, as you're rolling it, it warms it up just a tad, so you can mess with it with your hands. Don't shake off extra flour, you don't need that. Oh, what I'm going to do is put my hands in underneath like this. And as I go up and it raises slightly off my hands, I pull my hands out. Try not to get your fingertips to touch the dough because you'll make holes. So I'm pulling out as I do this. Whoop. It's been a while since I worked at the pizza place. No, I do not know how to do fancy schmancy tricks. When you go to put it in a pan, which I haven't done yet, have I? No, I haven't. Let me stretch it a little more. If you're afraid to do this, then you just do this. Go around like this. And gravity will take it and stretch it out a little more. There we go. Looks about big enough. And now I'm going to put my pan down. And sprinkle just a little bit of cornmeal on there. This is a non-stick pan, but if you don't have a non-stick pan, it helps keep it from sticking to the pan. Alright. Now what I do is dock the pizza. In pizza parlors they have a wheel that they go back and forth. It's about this wide and it has pokey things that stick out, and they go brr, 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 and you're wondering what the heck is that for? You can do the same, making little pokey holes with fork. Keeps it from puffing up too much, and the holes help it cook evenly across the dough. Do, 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 do. Now I'm going to pre-bake it as soon as the oven's warm enough, 425 degrees Fahrenheit. I'll bake this for about 10 minutes until it starts browning on the bottom and a little brown on top. Because if I go to put pizza sauce on it now, this part here will be all gummy and icky. So I'm waiting for the oven to heat up and it's almost there. I don't have any sauce, so I have to make some. But that's okay, because I'd rather have my homemade sauce anyway. Knife. This is garlic. And 1 clove of garlic. You cut off the end where it was stuck to the garlic bulb. And kind of crush it a little bit. And oh, I cut the wrong end. Haha. Okay. And the paper part, the outside skin comes right off. You don't have to smash it, the heck out of it or anything. I have this. This is an onion I know it's on its way out. But I use it little by little. I could use dry flake onion and reconstitute it, but I don't. I'd rather have the real onion. Actually, I should have sauteed the onion and garlic first, because if you do that, then it's not such a strong, nasty, icky taste. It's more mellow. That's why people can eat like baked garlic, because it's more mellow that way. I probably should do that before too late. I've already put a can of tomato paste in here. I cut one end open, I cut the other end, and I push it down like a push-up pop, only backwards. It's easier to do it that way than to scrape it with a spoon. Let's throw that away. Cat thought I was opening tuna fish and came running. Sorry, cat. That's not the case. Wash it off my hands. Okay. Alrighty. So I've got a thing of tomato paste with this 6 ounces. It's going to make a lot more than just the small amount, because I'm going to add water to it. That. Crush the garlic up a little bit. I have a very healthy respect for knives, because when I was a prep chef at Z Pizza, they had incredibly sharp knives that you could cut yourself without knowing about it. So I have a very healthy respect for knives. I'm bound to get a nice chunk of garlic when I eat into this. All part of the fun experience of home cooking. Yummy. Alright. Now, into this I will put probably about a tablespoon of olive oil. It helps it incorporate chopped oregano. About that much. A teaspoon, I guess. Basil. Oh, this is full. Haha. I'm going to put more like a tablespoon of basil. You want more basil, because it has a little bit better flavor. Then I have these I don't know, can you see them? Pepper flakes. The inside of dried peppers. I am not using that much. About that much. That'll add a little zing to it. Oh yeah, I forgot the sugar. I add about a teaspoon of white sugar. I guess they call it castor sugar in England. Ow, ow, oh, ow, my shoulder. The reason I do that is it cuts into the acidity of the tomato, citric part of the tomatoes. Okay, where did I put the spoon? Oh, way over here. Hello, how are you? Okay, I'm going to mix this up. I'm going to mix water into it. Probably as much water as the can was. So this will make 12 ounces. Or 1.5 cups. What is it in grams? I'm really sorry, I don't know. No, it's oop. Try not to make a mess, but kind of bloopy. You can make it a little thinner. Go a little on the bitter side. There you go. Kind of the consistency of ketchup, I guess. And I'll cook that on the stove. Get the flavors going together. I'm going to check on my crusts. It takes a while. But I mean, you can make this ahead of time. Put it in a little extra jar that you have. Store it in the fridge. It'll last a while. And because this recipe makes 2 pizza crusts, after I bake one, I technically can put it in a plastic bag in the freezer or in the fridge for like tomorrow or the next day or something. So I mean, it's kind of like cooking now and cooking later. So just waiting until the crust is done enough and this is cooked enough. Okay, it's slightly browned on top. Bottom isn't, but that's okay. I made this little hole and I pushed down on it and the steam that came out burnt my wrist, so be really, really careful, folks. Now it's time to put the sauce and cheese on. I don't like pizza with... I only like pizza margherita with basically tomato, basil, cheese. I've always been a plain type of person. I've eaten it with sausage and other crap on it, but I prefer it plain. So, this is where we put the sauce on. Okay. Go around kind of like this. You dump it in the middle and work your way toward the outside. I almost have too much on here because you put too much sauce and it gets gloopy in the middle. This ought to be just about right, actually. Alright. Ooh, looking good. I have this shaker cheese, a Parmesan shaker cheese. I took the label off only because I like to see how much is left in there. And now for some mozzarella cheese out of my big bag o' cheese. Big bag o' cheese for $7, or is it $8? It lasts a while. I keep it in the freezer. It's a resealable bag. And it's cheaper by the ounce. And I will use it. If I weren't going to use it, I don't buy giant portions of stuff I'm not going to use. Like toilet paper? Sure, I'll buy 24 rolls. Because that's something you'll use and it won't go bad. Oh boy. This goes back into the oven for about, I don't know, 12, 15, 17 minutes till the top melts. Some people like it browned. I think a real Italian does not like it browned, the cheese. Because to them that would be burnt. I don't know. I'll play it by ear. I'm thirsty. Time for orange juice. This is a brand new container, so I get to pull the pop top off. And now, I'm married to the orange juice. I love you.